you're here.
Hey.
Okay, this is perfect. And I hear you just fine.
Awesome. How are you doing, DOVYDAS?
Very good. I'm always happy when I can hear and see everything.
I know. Yeah, me too. I sit here and I'm like, oh no, is the software going to work? Can we hear each other? Like all that stuff. So
Yeah.
I stress out about it quite a bit until it's confirmed. So
Perfect.
thank you very much for joining me. I appreciate you being on my podcast.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah,
I am
man.
here now. Yes.
That's awesome. Thank you so much. So
Nice.
I'm a big fan of yours.
Oh wow.
And I first learned about you because I follow quite a few YouTube guitar teachers, and I found out about you through Sean Daniels' channel.
Oh nice.
Yeah. Did you? Now I guess you guys both lived in Sarasota at the same time at some point, because you
We
were on
li-
quite a few of his videos, right?
Yes. I lived at the time 10 minutes from his house.
Okay.
Or he lived 10 minutes from my house.
Yeah. Whoever came first, right? Chicken or the egg, right?
Well, yeah. Yes.
Yep. And then you're currently in LA, right?
Yes, I'm in Los Angeles. Yes.
Yep. Okay, great. He, I think Sean had moved to California at one point too, but didn't he make the trek back to Florida? Is that
Yeah,
right?
he went back to Florida. Yeah, it didn't quite work out.
Okay.
LA
All right.
for him. Yeah.
Yeah. So I've listened to a couple of other podcasts that you've been a guest on, and talking a little bit about LA. It sounds like it's somewhat of a difficult music scene. Correct me if I'm wrong. I want to kind of get your impression. I live in Northeast United States. I'm in New Jersey, outside of Philadelphia.
Oh, I was just not in Philadelphia, but I was in January. I was in New York, and I made a couple trips to New Jersey too.
Nice. That's
Yeah.
awesome. Yeah, but so we have a nice little, music scene, independent music scene here in the southern part of New Jersey, outside of Philadelphia. And Philadelphia too has a nice music scene. I want to get your take a little bit on the Los Angeles scene, because obviously there's a ton of talent out there. And like, if you need somebody, if you need a drummer, need a bass player, you can always kind of get one within minutes, right? But it sounds like it's a little bit of a difficult scene. Is that accurate, or am I just misreading what you may have said on previous podcasts?
You see, I think like music industry in general is. I really don't want to say it's a dying industry, because more and more people make music, and it's much easier to make music, and it is cheaper to make music, and you can produce an entire track with your laptop, where in the day you needed a full console, and you needed rent a space and tape machines and stuff, So it's like, it seems like it's becoming more and more accessible to make music, and the quality of guitars is actually got higher, even though they're like getting cheaper. What is interesting, I think, is like the money to be made from music. If you are a musician, it's like it's being misplaced elsewhere, because music is so ubiquitous and so abundant. It's
Right.
like I don't know. I really look back to the time, not that I was alive, right? But the 70s and then or the 80s, and they go into the studio, they cut a song. It becomes a mega hit, and now they're all millionaires. Like people today who are signed to record labels, their primary monetization is not songs.
Right. I agree.
Like, even if it's $1 billion streams, you think they're gonna get a house in the hills with a pool from $1 billion streams on Spotify?
Yeah.
No. So it's like it's majorly devalued. So like, depends. Like, I've evolved like a Pokemon so much that I no longer even think that I'm a musician.
I was going to ask you, how do you categorize yourself? Because obviously you've got the huge presence on YouTube. I mean, 2.14 million subscribers, but who's counting, right? But so how do you see yourself then?
It's like I entertain and interact and perform, but tools of my performance, the musical tools are part of it. But it turns out, and I didn't discover this myself, it was told to me, that there are other tools of performance. Humor, personality, comedic pause, charisma, right? And then, so it's like, oh, and I've gotten hired to do like private events to where they wanted me to play music, but they also wanted me to interact.
Okay.
They've hired me for a few days extra to go mingle with people. They've hired me to do my bit where I play and I get them to sing.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, oh, I'm not just a musician. I'm this thing, like TV host almost.
Right. Yeah, kind
that
of.
that
Yep.
that has a shtick, right? And then they want that, because
Right.
they're a fan of that,
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, because when I published my original music with no video, good luck, right? Good luck. Like no one even knows that I have albums out or songs, like
Right.
deep cut die hard fans. Yeah, yeah, they know the lyrics. They know.
Yep. Gold
Uh,
Mercedes is a banger, by the way. I love that
Thank
song.
you. Jesus Christ. Thank you. Yeah. And so it's like, that's how I know that someone's like really knows.
Mm-hmm.
But it's video. Video is like so important. So it's like, I don't know. I was thinking about this. I was like, maybe what it is that I do is unscripted reality TV musical.
That's a pretty good summary, I think.
Kind of, because I go somewhere, it's music and it's musical, and I'll get strangers to sing, and it's also reality TV, and it's unscripted, but it's like, it's kind of that, and so yeah, it's like very borderline TV, the way the TV, if I was like a 70s, I probably would be like a TV personality that does music,
Yep. It's really interesting to see the success that you've had doing everything that you're doing, right? Like, I mean, you're releasing your own songs. You've got the giant YouTube channel and the content that's on there. Because I think you had touched on something in another interview that I heard that really struck a chord with me, in that people want to see, and I'm noticing it with my own posts. I don't have huge numbers, but I have noticed a difference. When you post like real life stuff, not just, hey, here's me playing whatever song. If you're posting the interaction with the audience between the songs, I try at my own. I'm a solo acoustic guy primarily. I play the solo acoustic cover songs in the corner of the bar, restaurant, winery, brewery, whatever.
Oh, that's perfect. That's what I did forever.
Yeah, I do that. I've been doing it for about 4 years. I started this podcast last year. So that's my deal. But when I started posting the interactions with the audience between songs, those are the ones that get like more views. And it's the real interactions, not where you try to script something. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I was at a gig one time and the power went out and like the whole place went dark, but you could hear me talking to the audience talking back. Like it was great, But yeah, it is very much like reality TV.
That would be a good video. I'm so mad that it doesn't happen to me, that the power goes out in the venue. That'd be so funny. I would be so funny.
That's
Cult
great.
members will begin now. Like what? It's like make it seem intentional.
Yep.
Yeah, that'd be funny.
It's interesting how, and now is this because you make your living on social media, if that's fair to say, your mind is always kind of thinking of content. Are you always kind of thinking about creating in your head?
Not because I make videos on social media. Almost like, imagine like you're with a group of friends, and my mind is always running. Not that I'm with a group of friends, but my mind is always running. Oh, this would be funny, whether it's on video or not. Because like,
Gotcha.
I'm just as funny when the camera is off. So it's like, oh, and then I like making people laugh or making them feel positive emotions.
Mm, sure.
So, and then the camera is just an amplifier. Because it's like you can play the song acoustically and then people will hear it that are around, but then you amplify it and then people in the back hear it. So kind of like that's what camera is for me, because it's like there's I'm not acting. That's the thing, it's kind of, that's me,
I think it's pretty obvious that you're not, trying to, there's no script involved. It's really, everything's just kind of off the top of your head, off the cuff, as they say.
I think another thing to touch upon, when we play music and we play an instrument and we learn songs and we learn the lyrics and we memorize the lyrics, right? And then we look at the videos of our artists, our idols that perform those songs, live concerts, DVD or YouTube old videos, 70s, 80s, 90s, whatever. They're we try to maybe like emulate the way, the stance, how to hold the guitar.
Yeah.
And I think we take for granted other skills. And, because you can practice a scale and you can practice chord progressions and you can practice picking and you can practice singing. But what we don't notice, and actually we do practice more naturalistically. And that practice that happens naturalistically is actually even more valuable because we are oblivious to it, which is interaction with other people, sense of humor, ability to read the situation and kind of be on your toes, especially when you have a microphone and you have this amplified voice. Thanks to technology, you can say something very little or a lot and make it impactful or funny, and it becomes this skill that you cannot quantify as like, oh, I played scales 1 hour today, or I learned a new song. It's like, no, you've been interacting with human beings for this many decades.
Right.
That's
right.
why you're so good, or better than somebody who's like, hey, everybody, it's my new song from the last album. Hope you like it. Appreciate a follow. If you follow me, scan the QR code. It's like, oh my God. Be a human, So, yeah.
I hear you. I'm guilty of those posts, though, I have to admit.
Not even talking about posts, about talking between songs when you perform.
I hear you. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
When it's like, almost like I literally played a show yesterday with 7 people, right? And instead of like, and all the other bands that were at that show, they're very like, they reenact this archetype of a performer. How's everybody doing? Make some noise. I can't hear you. And it's like, and I go on and I go like, hi. And I just hold the pause because this is awkward as shit, right? And I'm going to lean into it. You can't mask it.
Right.
And I have it on video. I hired 2 videographers for yesterday. And I'm like, lean into the awkward. Because I really think, awkward or any mood is a gift. It's like kind of like you plug in an amp in the echoey chamber. It's like, ooh, natural echo. And then the echo gives you like, oh, that's a cool riff because now you have this echo. I think that's what rooms are. Moods of rooms. Clumps of people together in groups and the way they behave with you. If they're cringe, there's gifts in it. It's like a pedal board that you can route together, and it's like it's going to change the way. That's why I never have a set list, because it's like it's never going to go according to plan anyways. What for?
And if it does, and I'm kind of talking about my own set list, because I have a set list. I bounce around on it, but like, if it does go exactly according to plan, chances are it's probably a boring show.
Yeah, the unknown. Because it's like, I was thinking like, what's my fascination with theater and predictable outcomes? It's almost like, because I don't know how you like got into music, but at least to me, it seems that I chose a field where it is a predictable outcome. Sort of like, okay, I will be liked if I do this excellently, and at the end I will receive claps, and then they will say how great I am. It's a sort of like, maybe that's why I like theater, because maybe, and I don't know where it comes from, maybe from like a unpredictable upbringing, because like every artist is broken in a sense, right? So it's like, what is it? And it's like, what if I don't try to control the narrative? What if I don't try to control the outcome? What if I don't try to expect an outcome? And if I don't expect the outcome, then I will not be disappointed, but not in a very nihilistic, cynical way, but in a sort of way that's like, regardless of the flavor of the outcome, that is a gift, and cherish it,
Yeah.
Sort of very radical, you know. And I know I'm speaking from a privileged position because it was like only 7 people in the show, but you know, I'm still thankful. It's like, yeah, I'm gonna post a video, it's gonna get 1 million views. Okay, so it's
Yeah, if I walked into a show and there were 7 people, I'd be pretty bummed, you know?
that, dude. I had shows where it's like, okay, so I've been filming everything since 2015, right?
Okay. So
I show up at a show.
11 years then.
Yeah,
Yep.
every show is filmed. I've showed up at a show and they're like, oh, you can't film. I literally left. I'm like,
Really?
if I can't film, they were being little stinkers about it. I totally could have filmed. They just wanted to, like, you know, micromanage me.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, bye. Because it's like, I know this is not worth anyone's time if I'm not filming this.
Okay. So how did you make that transition? Because you had said you did, you know, for years you were kind of the cover guy. I know you were on Lithuania's Got Talent and all that stuff. I'm curious. I guess this conversation is going to go a little bit backwards in time, but
No, that's fine.
I'm curious as to how you made the transition from kind of your traditional musician playing gigs to now, you know, making sure that you video everything and leaning into the stuff that might go sideways.
So leaning into stuff that might go sideways, that's very slow and very gradual. I couldn't even codify it in speech and English to tell you up until like in the last maybe year. That's like, oh, that's what I'm doing. I didn't even realize. That's like, no matter what happens, I'm like, yes, and.
Okay.
Yes, and, you know. So that's very gradual, and that's the last 10 years of just like unknown situation, unknown audience, no one knows who I am, I have no set list, and it like becomes very acute skill of like, I'm gonna like make them pay attention in a pleasant way without pestering. I hate
Right.
pestering. I hate like annoying or pranking people. I don't play anywhere where I'm not welcome. I really don't want that, you know. And then transition from like a traditional musician. So I came to America. I'm 19 years old. The year is 2012. I just got my record deal with this label in Florida. And it's like, well, you know, you're 19. You don't know
Sure.
nothing, right? So, okay, I have my record deal. So I'm going to, the traditional route, and you know, the traditional route in any field, sort of like the meta route, the meta pursuit, the path to take, if regardless of profession you choose, these are like the standard video game character story arc. And it's like, this is what you're going to do. You're going to get signed to a label, release a CD, go on tour, sell CDs, maybe appear on television, maybe get your songs played on the radio. Maybe one song is going to become a big hit. And maybe, you know, and it's like, and I've tried everything and it didn't work. And it didn't work. And that didn't work. And that failed. And it's like, and the label was full of shit. And the CD is, oh God, I'm not even, okay. And the tour and the manager and the festivals, like, what is it? It's like, and the television, like, no one cares. Oh God. And then my sister said, oh, do you watch PewDiePie? Because I was watching YouTube already in 2015. He's like, oh, PewDiePie makes $10 million a year from making YouTube videos. I'm like, no, it's not. Because at the time I thought YouTube is just for cat videos. Cats.
Right.
Just cats. And it's like, what? You know, because it's like, okay. And then 2 years I posted and nothing happened. And then the first video blew up in 2017, which also interestingly enough, you know, because it was a lot of trial and error. Like, why would people want to watch? What would people want to watch? So it's like, I tried to emulate what I watched, which was a lot of talking videos where a dude just sits with a ring light and the camera on the tripod and talks about something. Because that's what I watched. I watched stuff about pedals, about guitars, you know.
Same. Yeah, same.
No one wanted to watch that. I'm like, God, that's like, takes a whole day to set it up. Take like 10 takes. I mess up the speech.
Right.
English is not my first language. I'm like, okay. I brought a tripod to a gig. Okay, filmed it. Camera died 30 minutes in. Okay, I'll just post a 30-minute thing. Jamming at the brewery, blues, rock, and country fusion. No one cares. No one cares. And it dies after 30 minutes. You know, battery dies. I found these like GoPro copies on eBay. Battery lasts like an hour and a half, 2 hours. I'm like, okay. Film 2 hours, battery dies after 2 hours because it's a 4-hour gig.
Sure.
post the entire 2 hours, jamming at the hotel lobby, but no one cares. Again, I'm like, okay, let me chop these into songs. So I started chopping it into individual songs because it's like, okay. And then, I just title it the title of the song. Again, who cares, right?
Yeah.
And then I got so lazy. Literally, the result of the first viral video was the laziness of editing.
Oh,
Because
really?
it's like, yeah, let me just leave it. Because there's a conversation. It's always like someone pestering or talking in between songs. Play this, play that. And I'm going to just leave it. So I left it. Can you play Tender Surrender by Steve Vai? I'm like, what? Tender Surrender by Steve Vai. I'm like, I don't know. I could look it up. Brother, 10 million views later. Okay, we have a full-fledged career out of this. Okay, that was the first video.
That's amazing. How did you? I mean, you've probably told this story a million times, but how did you manage that Steve Vai song?
Oh, I didn't. I mean, it's a total failure. I don't know why anyone thinks it's good. It's literally just 3 chords, and I kind of like layered some loops, and then I'm just doing lots of wah, 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 wah. That's it's kind of that. Yeah. So I still didn't. I don't know. I think people just appreciate the attempt.
Yeah, yeah. I find that I've had that a little bit in my own gigs. Somebody says, "Hey, do you know whatever?" And I'm like, "No, sorry, I don't know that." And oh, really? Okay, well, let me give it a try. And as long as I kind of know the melody in my head, I give it a try. And yeah, the audience, the people who requested it, are appreciative, even if it's a train wreck, even if it's awful.
I've ventured in even further. They're like, play Freebird. I'm like, okay, you'll get Simple Man. They're like, and then just do a totally different song. They request something, I say yes, and I do a different song, and it's still happy. I'm like, okay, how far can I push this? Yesterday at the gig, I asked, do you guys like reggae? The entire room, no. I'm like, okay, I'm playing reggae. And they're laughing. They loved it. It's
That's
like,
awesome.
I keep pushing. I'm like, how far can I push this?
That's great.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Let's see what else we got here. So I get, so you say you hire videographers. I'm a little bit curious about what it's like to manage a YouTube channel with all those subscribers. I mean, so you're hiring videographers. Do you have somebody else who does the editing?
I got a full-time editor.
Okay.
I broke 1 million subscribers alone, so there was no editor. I did everything. So I'm extremely familiar with every aspect of manufacturing content, So like I can, I step in, I re-edit, I show how to, I'll send in an example edit of how I would do it, So I'm very familiar with it, And then, after about at 1 million subscribers, I started hiring part-time. Then it grew. Then it's been the same dude. His name is Griffin, and it's been the same dudes for about 3 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. That's awesome. Yeah. So then what was it like, trying, well, I got a couple questions, right? So a lot of your content is interacting with the audience, being funny, having a good time. Any advice that you would give to somebody who may not see themselves being able to interact like that with an audience, but they want to maybe emulate your career or some variation of it? Is there any advice you could give somebody who says, "Oh, I can't talk to people like DOVYDAS does"?
Friends, think of them. Don't think of them as audience. It puts it very one-sided. It puts it so where it's like delivering, and then they are the ones receiving. When you go bowling with a group of friends and none of you are good at bowling, but it's like a fun time. I kind of I speak to them like they're friends. But again, this is years, so this is countless hours of practice that I was not even aware that I was practicing this. I was totally oblivious to the fact that I was honing this skill of relaxed delivery, not rushing words, and sort of like and in interaction. I would almost want to say that a venue like a brewery or a bar is kind of easier than the street because the social contract is such that they came there at their own volition. They got the table, they ordered the things, and they were aware that the musician is part of the deal while they are there.
That's a good point.
So they cannot, oh, why is musician bothering us? You don't get to complain. You know? So that's kind of like the social design of the situation.
I'm sure with all the audience interaction you have, I'm sure you've had some people like push back and say, you know, and maybe be rude or something. How do you handle a situation like that?
Never had anyone rude.
Really?
Never.
Really? Not even in like the airport and somebody's like, no, don't talk to me. Or, you know, like.
I preemptively scan. If they're like walking fast, like I'm not going to interact, you know?
Sure, yeah.
But if they stop, they pull out a phone, they took a picture. Now they're taking a video. Now they're like showing their friend, they're pointing. It's like, that's it. They love it, you know? So it's like, I first win them over by not even talking to them. And then it's like, once I read the room that, oh, yeah, I can talk to them now. That's it, you know?
Gotcha, yeah.
So yeah, I never had anyone. And the airport, the airport is probably one of the safest places. So it's like, no one's going to dare
That's true.
to risk to be put on the no-flight list. Because I'm there with the badge as a performer. My friend Michelle, she has like a permanent badge to play as a performer at the airport. It's part of Atlanta airport program to have musicians.
That's in Atlanta. Okay? I thought it was LAX for some reason. I just assumed it was LAX.
No. Yeah, no. I travel all around. I'm like, very few videos are actually from LA.
Okay.
Yeah. So, never had anyone rude, and if I would. I would just leave the camera running. It's just like, I don't even push back. Just let them, because like, okay. So have you seen the video with the lady, the police officer?
I have not. No.
Okay, she's like, she shuts me down, right? And
really?
It's like, and it's beautiful because she's flexing her power. She has no idea the cameras are rolling. I mean, she can see the camera, but she didn't know that it backfired beautifully. It was art. So that was one time. Another time, some city manager walked up and said, I'm not supposed to be there. And that also backfired. It's like, I don't know, the camera is such a powerful multimedia tool that is just like, I really don't need to push back or say anything.
Yeah.
You know.
If somebody comes up like, you know, trying to shut you down for busking somewhere or whatever, what happens? Do you say okay, thanks, and leave, or do you?
So I solved that preemptively. So I never show up.
Right.
I try not to even show up places where they would shut me down. I don't even want to give that a chance.
Right.
It's
so
just
you're
like,
getting whatever proper permits and all that stuff. Is that right?
Well, America is First Amendment, right? So music is considered speech. So you can actually play music anywhere public in America.
Oh, well, yeah, I mean, yeah, it's weird. Where I live, you need a permit to do everything.
So that could be like municipal or like a city code, city ordinance. Mm-hmm. And the only thing they would regulate is not necessarily music itself, but amplification and decibels thresholds.
Okay.
Or the only thing that cops bust you for is like obstructing the pedestrian right away, you know?
Okay.
Or if it's private. But if it's public, yeah, there's nothing. But, you know, I don't, I kind of like, I solve that preemptively by
How
not
do you
going.
do that?
Well, meaning like I just don't go places where there's even a chance. It's kind of it's kind of like not playing outside if there's a chance of rain. I'm like,
oh, okay.
Nah,
Gotcha.
I'm just not gonna, you know?
Yep.
I look at the street, I look at the corner. It's like, is anyone going to shut me down here? This feels weird. Let me go somewhere else, you know?
Yeah. Interesting.
And
so
now what happens is like I show up somewhere and then someone recognizes me and then they like, oh, set up in front of my restaurant. And it's like,
oh, that's cool.
So now it's like, it's on easy mode for
Yeah,
me.
I bet. Yeah, yeah. That's really cool. I like that. It's kind of like, I mean, if I can relate it at all to my experience to yours, like when I first started gigging, it was so hard to kind of get those first gigs. And now
Always.
I've been doing it for 4 years. I've got myself a little bit of a reputation as being, professional and good. And I bring a few people out. So now the venues are reaching out to me to gig, so I don't
That's
ever
good.
have to reach out to anybody anymore. My calendar's full for the whole year,
That's good.
and it's on easy mode, like you said.
That's really good.
Yep. So, how did you first get your start? I mean, you said something about like an interesting, childhood or whatever. You're from Lithuania. Did you have musical parents or anything like that? How did it all start for you?
No, parents are not musical, but they played good music on the CD player in the house, I think, and good radio station. So that helped. And then my aunt, she was an aspiring opera singer. She wanted to become an opera singer. So I was like 5. I think I saw my first opera or like Philharmonic Orchestra performance or something like that. So yeah, I was exposed to music like that. And then I didn't play guitar or any instrument until I was 13. And it was going to be a hobby. But I wasn't really good at anything. So, you find this one thing and then you just like, okay, all in. And then, it became my entire personality by the age of 15.
2 years you were hooked.
That's it. Yeah, it's like, okay, that's my personality now. Yeah, and then, I was on Lithuania's Got Talent by 16. And certain, like, little, not milestones, but little achievements, appearances. Oh, you're going to go far or something. I was like, oh, this has a future, Because, like, I was not good at academic stuff, so that's clearly, like, no future. Math, biology, good luck. It's not happening, Maybe you'll go to trade school, Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, not very.
So what was that? I don't know, it was a long time ago, but what was that Lithuania's Got Talent experience like? Was it something you would do again if you could go back and do it all over again? Would you still do it?
I mean, yeah, it's good as a kid, you're 16. So yeah, fine, especially like anything like, yeah, I want to say like, and maybe under the age of 25, like kind of like try everything, and then there was like I didn't have a following or a career or anything, so it's like and the contract was like, meaningless because it's Lithuania, so what are they going to do? So yeah, good. I saw television, I saw the backstage of television, I saw how the shows are filmed and the new levels of thresholds of stress tolerance. Here's an auditorium of 3,000 people, and we're live. 3, 2, play. That's it. If you mess it up, your entire country saw it.
That's right.
And now they're going to laugh at you. But if you don't mess it up, maybe you're cool. Maybe they're going to think that you're cool, So it's like, heart peaks out, and it's like, it just kind of, stage fright training. Also really good, because then it's like, well, I didn't fail, I still in control over my body, regardless of the peak of emotions, So that's really good experience, And then fame, and then losing fame, and then gaining it again, understanding that it's good, it's healthy for the mind, as opposed to just becoming a spoiled brat,
Okay. Yep. And forgive me if this doesn't sound, I don't know, like a professional question, but like you were in Lithuania, you were like a pretty big deal. Is that right?
Yeah. So people would stop and take pictures with me when I was like 17, 18, because I was, Lithuania's Got Talent. There was another TV show. My songs were on 3 different radio stations. And then I did Lithuania's Eurovision.
Oh, okay. I was going to ask you about that too. So that's
magazine
cool.
articles. Yeah. So I was like, I was hot shit. Yeah.
So then what made you decide, because you said you came to America in when you were 19, right? So that had to be in the midst of all that, or just towards the tail end of it?
Yeah, because there's no prospects in Lithuania. Even though that doesn't matter how famous you are, you're going to be a wedding musician at the coastal town every summer. That's it. That's like, oh, you go to Poland? No one knows your music. You go to
Oh,
Latvia, no one knows your music.
Right.
You go to Estonia, well, that's it. It's over. Doesn't matter. The entire country is 3 million people. Less now, probably, you know?
Yeah. Yep. And then what? So what took you to the United States then? Did you have a record deal already, or were you just going there to try to get one?
I was going to go.
Okay.
I was going for the sake of going. It was like there was no future. I was going to go to UK, United Kingdom, or I was going to go to Germany, or just like anywhere, you know?
Okay.
And then I came to Florida to play this festival because I got invited by this musician, Steve Harvey, not H, just A-R.
Yeah.
Yeah. To
Not
play
the
this
comedian.
to play this barbecue festival. And this festival was in the parking lot of a barbecue restaurant. and
I've played very similar festivals.
yes. But hey, at least I was in America. I was
Yeah.
I was in Florida. I was good weather, you know, and I got to play blues, you know, and it's like, I was just like, I don't know. It's also like regret mitigation. And maybe I didn't think, I'm trying to remember if I thought that way when I was that age or not. And maybe I did already. Like I had a feeling, you know, to think that way. But basically, like, will I be proud of my choices when I'm 60, you know? And it's like, go and fail. It's better to go and fail epically as opposed to not even try.
Yeah.
Because which one would you regret more?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Not fail. Failure is tolerable. And I'm sure, like, you've seen life. Failures are tolerable. Regret is intolerable.
Yeah, it's awful.
Yep.
That's great. And back then, speaking of blues festival, I did hear on the other podcast that your influences back then were like, all the blues like greats, right? And
I came to America to be a blues man. Yeah, I had short hair. I would like slick it back, and like I wore a suit. I played a bunch of slide guitar and harmonica. Well, I still do, And I didn't even loop, I wanted to play with a band, And I did, do you know this thing called the International Blues Challenge?
I do, yes. I don't know much about it, but I've heard of it.
It's like every year in Memphis. It's like, you have to compete in the local blues society. I'm sure New Jersey has like a few. Yeah. And then, you get, anyways, I did that 3 times. I went to Memphis. Also, like, that was part of my things of trying before YouTube. Okay. Because, all the blues record label executives are there. So that's where, who got discovered, allegedly. Some name, I can't even remember. It's like, he got discovered there. Now he's touring.
Right.
And it's like, touring is the loss of money. Oh, wow. It's like everything is so glorified.
Nowadays it is for sure. Yeah.
Even then it was. It was what, 2017, Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So then how did you make the transition from a blues guy hoping to be in a band and touring all over the United States or all over the world to doing what you're doing now? Obviously it wasn't overnight, but like, how did that kind of come about?
I really like playing music with a band. I really like playing with other musicians. The way I got into looping, I would say like looping is like the gateway, how I got transitioned, my transition. Because the Florida town where I lived, Sarasota, Florida, it's a seasonal coastal town. So once the season ended, the bar owners, bookers, they're like, we don't have the budget for the band anymore, so play solo. And it's like solo acoustic guitar and singing for me was just like, this is not what I want to do. So I got a looper pedal, loop some chords, solo on top, and that was, and then I added a keyboard, and then slowly grew into that, to where, and I still, even with like looping stuff, I still sometimes hire a band and do a band show.
Yeah.
Because it's so much fun to play with a band. But those videos don't do that good.
Yeah, of course. So even though those experiences exist, maybe people aren't as familiar with them because they don't blow up like yours.
Yeah, they don't get suggested. They don't get served up within the algorithm. because I really think there's not a lot of people looping, so maybe it is more interesting to watch the process of looping too.
It is interesting for sure.
Maybe, you know.
For sure. Yeah, it's one of the reasons why I love Ed Sheeran. Ed Sheeran loops a lot. He's got his own looper pedal, the Ed Sheeran Looper X or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then I dabble a little bit with looping. It's really just strumming chords, and then, you know, if I play Wonderful Tonight from Eric Clapton, I'll strum the chords and then play the lead riff,
Nice.
you know, stuff like that. So, but yeah, and quite a few friends here loop and loop successfully pretty well.
That's cool.
Yeah, it is fun to watch. To your point, it is fun to watch somebody build a whole song, you know, starting from scratch and all the parts. Very cool.
Interesting. Okay.
Oh, I had a question that fell right out of my head. So kind of the transition from a full band to looping kind of came out of necessity, right?
Yeah, it's out of necessity. Yeah.
And then I guess your popularity grew because of that.
I think maybe partially, yeah, because it also, probably because of that, and then film. It's just me, so it's like easy to film.
Mm-hmm.
It's also when it's just me, it's easy to do last minute things. I don't need to much organize a whole team.
That's one of the reasons why I play by myself. I can play where I want, when I want, what I want.
Yeah.
You know?
And then, and especially now, I can I have a whole replica of my rig in storage unit in Nashville. So I can just fly to Nashville and kind of do anything on that side of the country.
That's great.
And when I came to New York in January, I just got a whole rig from this company, American Musical Supply in New Jersey. So that's why I went to New Jersey, got the whole rig with a guitar.
That's awesome.
And just did New York stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just show up. So with a band, you know, it would require synchronizing schedules of several different people.
Yep.
And accommodating their own life commitments, you know, and working around that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then you got more people you have to pay. Or
I mean, if the money is good, you know, I don't mind paying, because I hire videographers, and videographers would, you know, the videographers are making what, you know, a band person would, you know, per hour, you know.
Gotcha.
So it's and sometimes I'll hire 2 videographers and a photographer, just because it's stills, you know, not that they make money, but it's sometimes you need photos, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, but it's just, it hasn't justified, the content hasn't been, I don't know. I really think maybe I do want to transition into playing with a band, but right now just the business, the landscape is not suggesting that it would be a good decision. I think when it would be a good decision when the songs are larger rather than the way I play the songs. Because looping is the way I play the songs. But if the songs are popular or music is popular and it almost doesn't matter how it is played, then I would definitely want to play with people as opposed to just looping, you know?
Yep.
Yeah.
That's great. I love it.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So I'm going to ask you a question. You don't have to answer it if you don't want to. It's something that I'm curious about, and it's something that I've talked about with other guests on here. It relates to, you know, today's modern musician can't make music just with one. It can't make money with one income stream. You know, let's say I'm just going to play shows and I'm going to make my money that way. You still can't make a livable wage just doing one thing as a musician. So, and again, if it's too personal of a question, you don't have to answer it. But how many streams of income do you think you have? I'm not asking about numbers, but obviously you make money from YouTube. Obviously you make money from gigs. What else do you have going on that helps support your living?
I think what's really interesting is that we're looking at the music industry, and it's oh, well, you know, you can't just do gigs and make, you know, a living. What seems to be an undeniable fact in present day economy it's like regardless of what you do for a living, almost like one job is not enough.
Okay.
Where it used to be enough,
Yeah.
you could work one job and get pension, and only on single family income, one person works a job, right?
Mm-hmm.
And buy a house and 2 cars.
Yep.
So I really think like, you know what it is? It's almost like, it's like blaming the consumer as opposed to criticizing the structural holes within the system.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost like, well, then be a better musician. Well, then, maybe be a better plumber. Well, maybe it was like, what if it's just been getting just a little bit worse for everyone? And I was really thinking about that because, at least from my limited perspective, you could make a song in the 70s and make stupid money. Stupid money.
Sure.
Do you make videos? Nope. Are the photos of your band? No, the band's ugly. Right? It didn't matter, right?
Right.
And look, there's a dude who's, I think, one dude has over $1 trillion.
Yeah.
And it wasn't just like, oh, he made it.
Right.
It was misplaced. So imagine if that trillion was floating around in the United States, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
You would get paid for gigs, not 100.
Sure.
800. 800 for
maybe.
3 hours.
Yep. Could even be more. Who knows?
Yeah.
Yep.
Because like $100 for a 3-hour gig, that hasn't changed since the
Yep.
70s. Right? So I really think it's like there's like structural things that are flawed, and then it is more useful for the designers of the system to uphold it that way and then make the participants, the economic participants of the monopoly game, to blame each other with labels of laziness, not hustling enough. Almost like, it's kind of like, do you recycle? Do you use paper? Do you use paper straws or plastic straws? And it's like, who's lecturing? People who take a private jet, right? And then their emissions. It's like, or the manufacturers of all the plastic. It's funny, they remove plastic straws, but the lid is still plastic. It's like, oh God, listen. There's I think they are blaming. They're trying for us to blame each other, or somehow that you have to be more industrious. You have to be smarter. You have to hustle more. Wake up at 5 a.m. and have 5 different incomes.
Right.
There was a time you could have one income and just be chilling. You know?
My grandparents were, my grandfather was in World War II. He was a combat veteran, and he was able to get, with a GI Bill, he bought a house, and he had kids, and my grandparents had 2 cars, and, they were able to do it. They were able to do it. And
that's crazy.
It wasn't, it was like unheard of that my grandmother had to go out and get a job. Like, they didn't even think about it.
Not even. Yeah. And then think about like who suffers from it. Like the entire ethos of the culture and the people and the nation itself,
Yep.
How many good songs will never be written? How many architects will never go to school because they couldn't afford it? How many brilliant minds will never get the ultimate potential of their mind being developed because there's this struggle manufactured of blaming each other that you're not working hard enough when a dude can send a rocket to Mars. It's like, what?
And charge people for it eventually.
Yeah, and
and some people will be able to pay that.
yeah. So, yeah, because and then I watched this TikTok, and it was like this theory of like people above the algorithm and below the algorithm, you know? So it's like kind of like you can see the direction of the society evolving towards like this technocracy or something, you know, with these like owners of technological giants, you know,
Yep.
Google, Amazon, Facebook, you know, where like everything is algorithm optimized, and it's like almost like the art itself and the people who create content have to think of like how to make an engagement. I do understand that, you know, human psychology participates in it, and the algorithm ultimately serves the content to the people who are most likely to engage with it.
Right. Yeah.
There's that, but also like the levers are also like controlled, you know, by so, and then people, what a privilege it would be to be above the algorithm, where you don't need to care to optimize for visual or just like create weird art, you know.
Sure.
So
Yep.
so I don't know, I've been consuming too much 70s and 60s media, and I just see how good they had it. But also like
Right.
nostalgia is a liar, because there was Vietnam War, and there was bad things, you know.
That's
So
true. Yeah, that is true. Yep.
yeah, so I don't know. I'm just like, the more I do YouTube and just you know, video and social media and stuff, and then I see the what is like prioritized, and the landscapes and the algorithms that are, you know, bought out by the labels early, the placements. The songs are decided, which songs are going to be hits before those songs are even written, because they are
Right.
commissioned for these particular artists, and entire markets are shifted by stupid sums of money like early on, and it is decided. So it's like I'm just kind of like navigating, like, you know, in my Millennium Falcon, like Han Solo, you know, with my Chewbacca on camera, right? And just like, yeah, this is empire, you know, and then you know, this is what we're working with, you know.
Yeah, unfortunately, I think it's going to get worse with AI now, right? With full songs being AI.
They
created.
really are shoving AI down our throats, and I really don't think it's AI. I think it's just chatbots and just like stupid bots, because there's no real intelligence, because it's not optimized to be helpful intelligence.
Sure.
It is optimized to keep you engaged and keep you talking on the platform, so they can sell ad space later or subscriptions, you know?
Absolutely.
Because it's like, I typed in something. So right now, all of my bio on different platforms says I am the last known heir to the throne of Lithuania.
I saw that, yeah.
Right.
Yep.
So now when you Google me, sometimes AI will spit it out that I am the last known heir of the throne of Lithuania. So it's like any smart intelligence would know to not say that. And it's like, oh, this is not AI. This is pretty stupid. These are stupid bots, you know. So
well, those chatbots scare me to death. I mean, I'm the father of two young girls, ages 10 and 12, you know, and so I worry about what they're going to be interacting with, you know, technology wise. And I saw, and not to derail this conversation away from music too much, but I saw an episode of John Oliver last week.
I watched the same thing about
Did you see
chatbots.
it?
Yes. Yeah, it's brilliant.
I know it's not appropriate for 10 and 12-year-olds, but I showed it to my kids.
Show it to them, yes.
I thought it was that important. You know,
I was just gonna tell you to show that episode of John Oliver about chatbots. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the story where, you know, unfortunately the 16-year-old boy or whatever had a 4-hour conversation with a chatbot talking about how he wanted to, you know, end himself, and the chatbot did nothing to stop him.
Yeah.
You know, could have it almost encouraged him. And even but at any time, that chatbot with the right guardrails in place could have said, "Hold on a second, let's dial 988 and talk to somebody." You know, crazy.
Yeah.
So so somewhat related, and let's talk about somewhat happier things. How do you feel about like AI, like musicians using some form of AI, whether it's creating like gig posters or album covers, or if it's using AI to create a backing track for your original song or whatever? Do you have any thoughts on kind of musicians using AI?
So posters, it communicates, an AI poster communicates disrespect. Any form of, okay, so it's kind of like, okay, let's say somebody like sends you an email, right? And it's AI.
Right.
So it's like, it's like double fuck you. It's like I cared so little about you that I generated this slop that I didn't even care to write myself.
Right.
And now I'm going to send this to you. And now you're going to have to actually spend real effort to read this shit. It's an insult. So the same with posters. Literally, the more authentic way, it's like, okay, you probably like just typing a text with the gig info, screenshotting it, and then that's the poster. Literally would like be more effort than an AI poster, and it would like put the person, it would stand out more of like this particular style of marketing. Oh, that's the poster. It's a screenshot of a text is the poster. That's even funnier. It's very.
I'm gonna use that. I'm gonna steal that
because it's very rock and roll. It's very
right.
anti-AI.
Or you know? Just write it on a napkin and take a picture of it.
Yeah, literally. Write it on a napkin, take a picture. It's like literally that's more effort. In terms of like generating tracks or songs, I can understand if someone like lacks the ability in that instrument so I don't know how sophisticated right now Udio or Suno is, if you can tell chord progression at 144 BPM and you need a bass line that's semi-slappy, if you can do that or not. But I guess that could be helpful, but maybe that steals bass players' jobs. Mm-hmm. Who cares about bass players anyways? It's like we still have, who needs bass players? It's fine. No, it's a joke. It's a joke. You know. But like generating full songs, I literally had conversations with people. It's like, oh, I wrote a song. Let me send this to you. And they send me, and it's AI slop. And it's like, no, you didn't. God. Well, no, I prompted it. It's like you prompting. It's like, dude, running 5K and driving 5K is very different. It's like, oh, I did 5K. Analogy. Did you run or did you drive? Oh, I drove. I ran.
Great analogy. I love that.
So yeah, running is not the same as driving. And yeah, so it's like, yeah, they don't get to say that they did 5K, okay?
Yeah.
No.
That's fantastic. It's a perfect analogy. It really is, you know, because you could just tell a computer what to do and the computer will do it. It's a whole different thing than learning the instruments and how to play them and put them all together. It's crazy.
I think human mistakes will become a premium. I published a couple songs that are just low effort, but they're very human. Mm-hmm. And yeah, because AI can be perfect.
Yeah.
And then,
Well, I think it's weird how even the music that's not AI generated, and I'm talking about pop music, ultra pop music, like, I don't know if you're familiar with the K-pop Demon Hunter music, the soundtrack, because my kids listen to it. I don't think that's AI generated, but it's like ultra refined. Everything is like pitch perfect, highly compressed, all that. Mm-hmm. And where was I going with this conversation? I think that maybe music will hit in like it's a wall when it comes to perfection, and people are going to get tired. I hope people are going to get tired of hearing the most perfect sung note, the most perfect harmonies, the most perfect anything. And then as soon as, and it's kind of happening already, but you know, you'll hear these lo-fi things with mistakes and real life in them and the sound of the person breathing into the microphone, you know, like stuff like that everybody's gonna be like, wait, what's this? You know, because they haven't heard it in so long. So hopefully it'll come back around, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think so. I was gonna say something. Songs, the same way as videos and TV shows and movies, are these pieces of intellectual property. They're these tiny assets of experiencing world in many different ways. That's why we listen to songs, we listen to movies, and songs being one of the things to experience the world of an artist and going to this other place, we'll have to reflect of wanting to go to that place. The same with movies. I really thought, I was like an early believer in the AI. Like last year, I was like, oh, this is going to change everything. Until I learned that, well, this is not really AI. This is not intelligence. It's kind of stupid. Yeah. And the purpose is just to like take up your time so they can get a higher valuation for the board of directors. The humanity aspect So yeah, I really think you're onto something, and I've been like rethinking the way I do music, and I no longer myself even aim for the perfect take. I go for the more of a vibe thing going on,
Mhm.
and translating the particular philosophical approach of how I do videos, how everything's one take, and no matter what happens, it happens. So it's like, what if I do music like that,
Yeah.
and just kind of
Yeah.
like just throw it and just it's
Yeah.
done.
Speaking of like 70s music and even older, that's how they used to do it when they were recording on tape and
Mm-hmm.
had X amount of studio time and, you know, okay, time's up and, well, wait, I didn't hit that note right. It's got to be good enough because we're out of time. Like
Mm-hmm.
there was much more life in music back then because there were some limitations, as far as
Yeah.
how much you could edit. Back in the 60s, 70s, you couldn't punch in for one missed note. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I don't think it matters. I've spent I've hired producers. I've spent numerous hours in studios recording and redoing vocal thing, redoing a guitar thing, and then picking out a snare. No one cares. No one cares. And I really think there's also like the non-musicians experience music differently than musicians.
Absolutely.
And
Yep.
we've been in music for too long to even appreciate it. To like, oh, you can actually do something simple and it's magic,
Yep. Yeah, like Sting sitting on the piano at the beginning of Roxanne. They left it in there. It was great. I don't know if you're familiar with that story, but
I know the song. I don't know the story.
yeah. So when the Police were recording Roxanne, yeah, it is Roxanne. In the beginning, listen to the first 20 seconds of it. You'll hear an awkward like piano, and then you'll hear a laugh. That's just Sting in the studio accidentally sits on the piano while they're recording and then laughs afterwards. And they were just like, well, we're not going to redo it. It's fine. Just leave it in there.
That's cool. That's really cool. That's really cool.
Yeah, I think there was like a microphone that was on that shouldn't have been or something like that. That's how it got on the tape. But anyway, is there any projects that you may be working on or whatever that you want to just kind of fill us in on? Anything you want to promote or anything else you wanted to talk about? It's your episode.
I released an album in January. Did you see that?
I did see that. I did. Nice.
I have a CD here. I'm building a thing where I'm gonna sell it on my website. I'm still trying to synchronize.
Okay.
Shopify.
Very nice.
This is my album. It's called.
Yep, that's definitely not AI.
Rockstar Problem. No, I just took an invoice and I just redacted it, so the identity is hidden, but it's a real invoice. Yeah.
That's perfect.
So I did that, and then let's see. I released a couple songs recently that are terrible, but everyone keeps streaming them. This reggae band, DM'd me on Instagram, and they went on a tirade how terrible of a musician I am.
Oh, is that the one you recently posted about all their comments? That's brilliant.
And I made a song.
And it's a reggae song, right?
Yeah.
Oh, it's brilliant.
I listened to their most popular song and I redid it. I replayed every instrument.
Oh, that's their melody? That's like their...
Well, I mean, they're ripping off Bob Marley, so it's probably Bob Marley's melody. So, and it's on Spotify.
Yeah. Oh, is it? You put it up?
I published it.
That's awesome. I love it.
Yeah, so I did that.
I was going to ask you about that, so thanks for reminding me. Was that one just constant tirade, or was that like multiple comments, or was that comments from them on multiple posts of yours, or was it just like one long...
Oh, that's the direct messages within 1 hour. That was
really?
Just 1 hour session.
Man, they're secretly your biggest fans if they're paying you that much attention.
Kind of, yeah. And then I got like a copyright strike on my YouTube on that video.
Oh, really?
Because they're like it was like a fraudulent strike because they're like, oh, he used our song master.
Oh, I see.
And I'm like,
yeah, I got you.
Oh, I did not use your master. Yeah,
right. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but that's gonna come and go. I've dealt with stuff like that in the past, so this is fine.
Yeah.
And then, are you familiar with Wacken Open Air Festival in Germany?
No, I'm not.
Yeah, okay, it doesn't matter. I'm playing that at the end
Are
of
you?
July. So I'm
Well,
going.
don't say it doesn't matter because I'm going to Sweden just
Okay.
for a concert.
Yeah. So yeah, it's this metal festival. It's like basically Coachella for
Okay.
rock music,
Yep.
kind of. I think. This year Def Leppard is headlining it, and Judas Priest,
Nice.
I think, is there. And then their Wacken marketing team hired me to be me and just
Awesome.
make content and have like Def Leppard steal the show, or like Judas Priest or whoever.
that's
They
cool.
want me to make videos with those people. Yeah.
That's great.
So that's
Do you
gonna be
have? Sorry, do you have like a plan on how that's going to happen yet? Like, or
So
not?
they're flying me out. Then I'm gonna pick up a rig in Germany, and then
Mhm.
there's gonna be like this festival is like a week long, 11 different stages, and there's like a VIP section where all the guest talent artists hang out. So they're gonna
Yep.
set me up at the VIP, and then
Oh, cool.
I'll just like, okay, I want to do a video with this dude, and just kind of like line it up like that, kind of randomly.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yes. So I'm excited about that.
When is that? What month?
At the end of July, beginning of August, just like a week.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, I'm headed to Sweden just as a fan. I follow. I don't know if you know Ola England from The Haunted, and he's got his own YouTube channel, Ola England. I've been watching his Sundays with Ola for 5 years now, probably.
Wow.
I watch it every week. I love it. And yeah, him and Mike Dawes and Bernth and Charles Bear, I forget his last name. Sorry, Charles. They're doing the Escape the Internet tour too, but they're only doing it in Europe.
Okay.
Anyway, they're playing Gothenburg, Sweden on my birthday, February 20th.
Wow.
So I asked my girlfriend, I'm like, would you want to go to Sweden for a concert? And she was like, let's go. So
That's
yeah,
cool.
so February 20th, we're heading out and I bought the meet and greet tickets. So I'm excited to meet Ola for the first time, and Mike Dawes and Barrett. It's gonna be awesome. Hoping
That's
to
cool.
get any one of those guys on the podcast too. So that would be
That's
awesome.
really cool.
Yeah, man. So
That's
cool. All right. Now, I know I might be putting you on the spot, but the email I sent does say that this interview includes a performance if you want to. It's totally optional. I don't know if you're even able to do that. Or, you know, if you wanted to put together something, play something, you can if you want to. It's not a big deal if you're not able to.
I could do acoustic guitar. I can
if you
do
want to.
something. I'll just crank the mic because it is a condenser. So
Yeah, sure. Awesome.
maybe I'll play something new. Okay, let me know if
that'd be
you.
cool.
Well, it's mildly in tune, so that's close enough. I mean, guitar is not really in the shot, but it is present.
Yeah. Okay. We believe you're playing it.
Tuning is important.
It is.
Yeah. Okay. Now it's in tune. Let me just position it. So.
Okay.
Okay. I hear a good balance.
Yeah,
You
it's
should be
great,
hearing
yeah.
a good balance too.
I do. Yes. Yep.
What do I want to play? Let me look. Let me look at my notes if I've been
sure.
writing anything new.
Yeah. Whatever you want to do.
No, I don't want to play this. No, I need like the drum machine for that one. That's funny. That's not even a song. That's a line that I wrote down. I'll make a song out of it later.
Oh, I have so many of those in my phone.
Yeah, it says I never killed a mountain lion, but I choked a cougar. I knew you would laugh.
What kind of cougar are we talking about here?
It's the colloquial cougar. It's the same cougar.
I love it. It's great.
Yeah, I knew you would. Yeah. Oh, that's that's a note I wrote down from the songwriter. This was really interesting. I met the songwriter in Atlanta. She's 74 years old. She used to live in New York and knew Bob Dylan, allegedly. But
Oh, wow.
maybe she did, you know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Anyways, she said something profound. She's like, back in the old days, you didn't want to be famous. You only wanted cool people to like your music.
That's great.
And
That
it's
is
like,
great.
what if I think like that way, as opposed to, I want everyone to like it. It's like, no,
Right.
I only want cool people to like it.
Right, for sure.
Yeah. This is a good note. No. No, okay. You know what I like? I like this song. This is, do I have reverb here?
I hear a little bit. I hear a little bit on there, I think.
Lo-fi compressor, hold on. Low cut, phantom, plug-in power, mixer, line out. No, I don't have it in the...
No?
Because like I have to use like a different mixer because the regular mixer doesn't like... You wouldn't be able to hear my mic, so I'm like running
Oh,
it like a differently.
Yep.
Let's see, how far can I crank it? Now it's just gonna... This is... When I play live and like stuff like that happens, it's all part of the show.
Sure.
I like
I'm not editing any of this.
Yeah. I wouldn't dare. Yeah. Because like you don't know what's actually interesting to people sometimes.
right.
Like I saw this Instagram thing. It was a self-defense class.
Mhm.
And the teacher is explaining a concept and everyone's sitting on the mat or tatami or whatever you call it. And he's like, well, how do you disarm someone with a gun? He's like, you don't. You catch a bullet. But you can't catch a bullet straight. Shoots, push, turn around, catch, turn around, throw back.
Oh my God.
Right? So it's comedy. It's using self-defense class as a vehicle for comedy.
Right.
And I really want to do like a 1 hour presentation for about 50 people, film the whole thing of guitar and pedal board masterclass, but complete comedy. Like the differences in tone between a nylon strap and a leather guitar strap and how it affects the pedals. Like complete, like
Just
what happens if you have like too many pedals of a certain color, right?
That's great.
Yeah. I really want to do that, and I want to film the reactions of confused people and just post it.
for
I think it
sure.
would be brilliant.
It would be. I'm looking forward to seeing it for sure.
This is oh yeah, I'll play this one. Okay, this is a serious song because I'm normally funny, but I am. That's why I'm funny, because I'm serious. Deliver me from evil, 'cause it always gets too close. I'm a little bit naive, is it for better or for worse? I wish that I could change it, but I didn't have a choice. Don't say it was my rage when I never raised my voice. Your heart is made of stone. I'm going like Tennessee whiskey. Count to 10 and kiss me. If the walls could talk in the temple of the dog. My mama, don't miss me. I'm broken, but don't fix me. The prophecy is wrong, and the gods of old are gone, and the gods of old are gone. Deliver me from darkness, 'cause I'm always falling deep. If I took the time to write it, would you even care to read? It's hard to comprehend it, 'cause we don't even speak. My silence is expensive, and the mirror cuts too deep. Your heart is made of stone. I'm going like Tennessee whiskey. Count to 10 and kiss me. If the walls could talk in the temple of the dog. My mama don't miss me. I'm broken, but don't fix me. The prophecy is wrong, and the gods of old are gone. So I am gonna make it on my own. Deliver me from nowhere, it's exactly where I am. And maybe when I'm older I will finally understand. You want us to be even, but I'm the bigger man. If I learn to have my feelings and fold the winning hand. Your heart is made of stone. I'm going like Tennessee whiskey. Count to 10 and kiss me. If the walls could talk in the temple of the dog. My mama don't miss me. I'm broken, but don't fix me. The prophecy is wrong, and the gods of old are gone. So I am gonna make it on my own. And then there's the guitar solo and it keeps going.
Yeah, man, that's awesome.
Thank
I love
you.
it. I was listening to a bunch of your music in preparation for this conversation, and that song came up, and that song immediately caught my attention. I was like,
Nice.
"Oh,
Someone
I like
liked
this
it.
one."
That's
Yeah,
good.
man, it's
Thank
a
you.
great one. Yeah. What's the title of that song again?
I don't know. It's either Make It On My Own or Deliver Me, or it's... I never know what to title them.
What is it on the platforms? I can't remember.
On the platforms, I think Make It On My Own. That's what I called it.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a great one. Because like a lot of times I have music on just in the background, and that one caught my attention for sure.
Oh, that's cool.
So
That's
good
really
stuff,
cool.
good stuff.
Someone
Yeah,
likes my music.
Well, DOVYDAS, I appreciate you taking the time out of your busy schedule to talk to me.
Yes. No, and
Yeah.
thank you. You very good interviewer.
Thank you so much.
Yeah,
I
you
appreciate
did.
that.
You did research.
I did.
It's fun.
I did.
It's
Yep,
fun.
Yep.
It's just great.
I noticed another side question. I saw on one of your posts or whatever that Tomo Fujita had commented on a couple of your posts. Do you know him personally at all?
I see him at NAMM, and we'll
Oh,
say
you do?
hi, and we'll take
Yeah.
pictures together, and it's
Yeah.
like, you're cool, and no, you're cool, and yeah. So.
Yeah, I get it. I had him. He was on my show maybe 2 months ago,
He's
and
really cool.
it was such an honor to talk to him, and he's such a cool guy. So
Yeah, he's awesome.
yeah. All right, cool. DOVYDAS, I'll let you go. Thanks again so
David.
much. I appreciate it.
Cool.
And then I'll publish this. Once I publish it, I'll tag you in all the posts and all that stuff. You know,
Awesome. Yeah,
if
yeah.
you
and
wanna- if you
I'll
wanna
share it. I'll post
please do. That would be awesome. Thank you so
it.
much.
Yes.
All right, have a good
Awesome.
one.